Science Explorer class. I'm Teacher Wena to discuss our lesson for today. Infer how friction and gravity affect movements of different objects. Do you want to go on an adventure? Come and join us. Class, say hello to my friends.
Hello, I'm Kasha, and let's go and play at Sala. Hello, I'm Ivo. Let's go play.
Let's learn about forces. 1, 2, 3. Gravity and friction affects the movements of different objects. Those are forces, dually occurring forces. Gravity force is pulling down, while friction slows the motion down whenever two surfaces come into contact. Wow! It's like our lesson. Infer how friction and gravity affect movements of different objects. Now let's have an activity. Classify the given pictures or videos as friction or gravity. Bear in mind that it will be timed. Now, are you ready for our first activity? Number 1. Ball drop. Gravity is correct. Number 2. Walking. Friction is correct. Number 3. Biking. Friction is correct. Number 4. Jumping. Gravity is correct. Number 5. Sliding. Friction is correct. Activity 1 done. How well did you do? Let's ask our friends. What shall we do next?
Look, there's a slope. We can slide there. Come. Here too.
Have you ever tried going down a slide? Whether it be on a pool or a playground, you have observed that the steeper the slide, the faster you fall downward. The slide's smoothness or wetness also increases your speed going down. Friction and gravity affect the way you slide down. They also affect every activity that you do, from walking to running, going up and down the stairs, and many more.
What is friction?
Friction, unlike gravity, is a force between two bodies which are in contact with each other. It's the force that resists the movement of an object sliding against another. It stops an object from sliding against a surface or another object by acting in the opposite direction of the sliding movement. Take for an example a moving car. When the driver wants to stop the car, he or she steps on the brakes. The brakes apply force on tires, causing friction to slow down and stop the tires.
Oh, that's it. What is gravity?
Gravity is a force of attraction between two objects. All objects with mass have gravity. Gravity acts like a magnet, pulling objects together.
Oh, really?
Now let us talk more about friction. Did you experience slipping in the pavement? Did you feel embarrassed? What conditions caused you to slip? Did you slip when the pavement was wet or dry? Most accidents happen during rainy days because the road is slippery when wet. It is harder to stop a vehicle on wet roads. You yourself will most likely to slip if you don't wear your pair of rubber shoes. This describes the effect of friction. Friction is a contact force that is present in walking, running, playing, and pushing objects. Now to help us understand friction better, let's do another activity. Factors affecting friction. And here is our objective: to be able to determine how the kind of surface and weight of an object affect friction. Here are the materials needed: books, rulers, powder, and different sized marbles. We will also be needing timer, pen, and paper to write down each trials. We need 2 of this for our 2 setups. Setup 1. Place 2 rulers side by side, then elevate them by the use of a book. If the ruler you have already has a groove, then you can use it as it is. If not, use 2 rulers and then place them side by side to form a groove. Second, place the smallest marble on top of the groove and make sure to ready your timer. Third, release the marble. Use the table given above to record your observation. Fourth, put another book to raise your elevation and record your observation. Again, place another book to raise your elevation and record to a total of 3 trials. Setup number 2. First, place powder on your ruler and make sure to spread it evenly. Second, repeat steps 2 to 5 of setup 1, but now with powder on your ruler. Record your observation. Questions. 1. Which of the marbles reached the bottom first? The small or the big marble? Explain your observation. Second, in setup number 2, which marble reached the bottom first? Why is this so? Now for our application. First, why is it harder to walk on wet road than on dry one? Second, why is it harder to go upstairs than downstairs? Now let's move on to evaluation. Choose the letter of the correct answer.
Number 1. Where is the gravitational force directed as you stand on the floor? A. Upward, B. Forward, C. Backward, D. Downward. Number 2. Which of the following equal to the force exerted by the earth on you? A. Your mass, B. Your weight, C. Half your mass, D. Half your weight. Number 3. Which of the following shows the presence of friction? A. Cars continuously roll down hills. B. Things fall on smooth surfaces. C. People stay in place as they move. D. Cars stop when the driver steps on the brakes. Number 4. How distance between two objects affects the pull of gravity. A. The lesser the distance, the lesser the gravitational pull between them. B. The greater the distance, the lesser the gravitational pull between them. C. The greater the distance, the greater the gravitational pull between them. D. None of these. Gravitational pull between them depends on their weights. Number 5. Which is true about mass and gravity? A. The lesser the mass of the object, the greater the pull of gravity. B. The greater the mass of the object, the lesser the pull of gravity. C. The greater the mass of the object, the greater the pull of gravity. D. None of these. Gravity and mass are not related. Number 6. What is the direction of the frictional force that acts on an object moving to the left? A. Upward, B. To the right, C. Downward, D. To the left. Number 7. Which of the following statements is not true about friction? A. It acts upward, opposing the pull of gravity. B. It prevents things from sliding off surfaces. C. It keeps things that are not in contact with each other. D. It holds objects that are separated by great distance. Number 8. Where is the gravitational force directed when you are holding a glass? A. Upward, B. Downward, C. Into the glass, D. Away from the glass. Number 9. If the mass of the Earth is doubled, how much will the weight of the object on Earth increase? A. Half, B. Doubled, C. Thrice, D. Remain the same. Number 10. A delivery man uses a wooden ramp when he delivers packages. Do not slide off easily, making his work longer. What would be the best way to make the packages slide easily? A. Make his wooden ramp wider. B. Use water on his wooden ramp. C. Use sandpaper to polish and smoothen his ramp. D. Make his wooden ramp narrower.
And now here is the key to correction. Number 1. D. 2. B. 3. D. 4. B. 5. C. 6. C. 7. D. 8. B. 9. B. 10. C. And now for your assignment. With the guidance of your home facilitator, explain the presence of gravity and friction in the following situation. Assignment number 1. Swimmers use headcuffs and skin-tight suits. Number 2. Ballet dancers put sticky powder on their shoes. Number 3. A ball thrown up in the air goes down. Number 4. Think of an instrument that will contribute to the road safety. Consider the importance of gravity and friction for this activity. Number 5. Share ideas with your home facilitator, then creatively present a safety device for car travels and send a picture through Messenger or group chat.
Thank you! Happy learning!